admit.
You're the best tracker in the world. You're gonna help us find him.
I work alone. You used to. I'm not gonna like you. I can tell right away. Out of everyone here, I like you the least.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 Christmas film, Red One. The film is directed by Jake Kasdan and it stars Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, J.K. Simmons and Bonnie Hunt. Right, okay, this tells the story of Santa Claus, played by J.K. Simmons. He's been doing his job for many, many centuries, still enjoying it. His chief of security, Callum Drift, played by Dwayne Johnson, is losing his faith in humanity and mankind, especially the adults. He's not feeling the Christmas spirit anymore, so he basically hands his notice in. However, there is a witch, Grilla, who kidnaps Santa and wants to use the power of Santa Claus to create something that is going to punish all the naughty people in the world. It's up to Dwayne Johnson's character to team up with Chris Evans, Jack O'Malley, who is an expert in finding people, and they have to team up in order to find Santa Claus before Christmas is destroyed. Right. What are my thoughts on Red One? Well, the trailer for this one I thought looked like a lot of fun. This was originally going to be, I think, an Amazon Prime premiere film initially. And I think they realised that this is like a lot of fun. It's a good, honest, like, family Christmas film. Let's get it out in the cinemas. And personally, I hope it does really quite well because this is an incredibly entertaining film. If any of you out there go into this film and you go in there with your serious head on, you're not going to like this film. This film, it's not there to make sense. It's not there to be grounded, gritty, and, you could pull this film apart. Plot holes everywhere. There's all that kind of stuff going on in this film. But if you just kind of click that side of your brain off and go in there with the right mental attitude, I guarantee you're going to enjoy this film. I thought it was a lot of fun. And every year we get a new raft of Christmas films. I mean, it's getting bigger than ever now, Christmas movies. And some of them just kind of feel like rinse and repeats, even though they've got that, some of them still got that Christmas spirit in there. This, I thought, had, an interesting concept going for it. I thought J.K. Simmons was the perfect choice for Santa. A different take on Santa, a more fit, healthy, athletic Santa. I thought that was a really interesting take to have on him. The whole North Pole thing, how the whole thing works, was really cool. The reindeer, which were huge beasts. The effects, because there's like polar bears that are security officers, and I mean, you name it. It don't make a lot of sense or anything like that. And then just a different twist on it, you know what I mean? I thought it worked quite well. And then you've got Dwayne Johnson as like the head of security at the North Pole, and obviously Santa, because they kind of treat Santa here like the President of the United States, hence Red One, like Air Force One, Red One, Santa. And I liked that, the fact that at the beginning of the film he's in like a department store meeting children, so nobody has a clue he's the real Santa. He's just this department store Santa meeting kids and stuff. And at the end of that, you see him getting in his limo, and then he's being taken to the airport, and the escort that's taking him there are all aware that he's Santa. He's got his own private, landing strip on the airport to take off with his reindeers, and there's people out there to protect Santa, all that kind of stuff. And I liked that idea, I really did. And the whole idea of him being kidnapped, and then Dwayne Johnson's got to find him, but also has got to team up with Chris Evans' character Jack O'Malley, who is essentially a scallywag. He's a scoundrel, really. He's on the naughty list, which is shocking to some people. But he really knows his job, so he has to team up with Dwayne Johnson. And I have to say, they do have great chemistry. And I think a lot of people forget actually that Chris Evans has got some pretty good comedy timing chops going on here. I think everybody remembers his performance, obviously, as Captain America. Well, this is very, very different here. You know what I mean? This is that wisecracking, almost Ryan Reynolds type character that we've seen before in some of his earlier films, like when he was Johnny Storm, and obviously in Deadpool and Wolverine. It's that kind of Chris Evans that we're getting here. The more to mouth, quick-witted, all that kind of stuff. And it works really well, the chemistry between him and Dwayne Johnson. The fact that they've got to travel all over the globe to try and find Santa. They get into all sorts of scrapes with giant snowmen. And they have to go and see Krampus, which I thought was excellent. I thought the effects throughout this were really, really brilliantly done too. Again, not to be taken massively seriously, to see 8-foot snowmen attacking Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans, have fun with it, enjoy it. And I thought, for me, one of my favourite parts of the film was when they actually went to see Krampus, because they think that Krampus may have kidnapped Santa. So they have to kind of do that stop-off. I thought the whole idea of Krampus and who he is, how he's kind of connected to Santa in this film, and his whole lair and everything, and the effects for Krampus, I thought were absolutely fabulous. Really, really good. And quite funny as well, because Krampus likes playing slapsies with people. And the whole sequence where he's doing slapsies with The Rock is very good, very funny. So it all works quite well. I mean, there are some really sickly moments in the film. When they start going on about, the meaning of Christmas and having these little speeches here and there, and the whole, Chris Evans' character coming around to his son who's, on the naughty list as well, and you finding the meaning of Christmas and what it means to be a father. It's a bit there. But it's a Christmas film at the end of the day. They've got to sprinkle that sugar on it in the right places, because at the end of the day, it's a family film. Does it get a bit too sickly sometimes? Probably. But it's not overly so. I think they focus far more on the entertainment and the fun aspect of the film. And it works really quite well, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I mean, the whole gorilla thing as a villain, great idea. I'm not so sure it worked brilliantly in a sense of the performance from Kiernan Shipka. It's not a bad performance, but it just don't feel menacing enough at times. I actually thought Krampus was a much better character in this film, and I think that probably would have been a better villain, if you like. So yeah, I mean, take your family to the cinema to see this. Get yourselves in the Christmas spirit. Lots of fun to be had. I had a really fun time watching this. I really, really did. I thought you had a great cast. I thought everybody delivered here. I think we'd all heard the stories on set of Dwayne Johnson turning up late and messing with the budget because of it, etc., etc. If that's the case, very unprofessional on his part, but it hasn't affected, in my opinion, the quality of the film and the chemistry between the cast or anything like that. For me, it seems to have worked quite well, and it's a film I would definitely recommend, guys. If you're looking for a well-made, good quality Christmas film to have a bit of fun with, I would definitely recommend you guys checking this one out. So thanks for joining me for this review, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful. I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.